Tiger I and Tiger II, King Tiger, in Berlin, 1945. The Last Stand. Background. By April-May 1945, Berlin was the final battleground of the Third Reich. The Red Army had encircled the city, and the German forces defending it were a desperate mix of Wehrmacht, Waffen-SS, Hitler Youth, and Volkssturm, militia. Among the last armored units deployed inside and around Berlin were remnants of heavy tank battalions equipped with Tiger I and Tiger II, Tiger Aus of B, King Tiger tanks. Tiger of Arns in Berlin. By 1945, the Tiger Tournenauer was largely obsolete compared to newer Allied weapons, but a few remained in service. In Berlin, only a handful of Tiger Is are recorded, mainly from SS Panzer Battalion 503 and a few stragglers from training schools. These Tigers were often held in reserve for street fighting, but suffered from lack of fuel, spare parts, and experienced crews. In urban combat, their heavy armor was still a serious threat, but the short combat ranges in city streets made them vulnerable to Soviet anti-tank rifles, satchel charges, and especially the feared IS-2 heavy tank and 122mm artillery. Tiger II, King Tiger, in Berlin. Tiger II was the most powerful German tank of World War II, with 150mm sloped frontal armor and the 8.8cm KWK 43L 71 gun, capable of destroying Soviet IS-2s and T-34/85s at long ranges. In Berlin, around 9 to 12 King Tigers from Schweer SS Panzer Abteilung 503 and remnants of other units participated in the defense. These tanks were deployed in key positions such as Tiergarten, near the Reichstag, Alexanderplatz, Charlottenburg, and Potsdamer Platz. Some were dug in as immobile bunkers due to lack of fuel or breakdowns. Combat performance. In street fighting, King Tigers knocked out several Soviet tanks, but they were often overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Narrow streets limited their maneuverability. Once immobilized, they became easy targets for Soviet infantry armed with Molotov cocktails, Panzerfausts captured, or artillery at close range. Many King Tigers were lost not in combat, but due to mechanical breakdowns, lack of fuel, or scuttling by their own crews to avoid capture. Notable engagements. 1. Tiergarten, April 30th to May 1st, 1945. Several Tiger IIs from SS 503 fought a desperate battle against waves of Soviet T-34s and IS-2s. A few managed to destroy multiple Soviet tanks before being destroyed by artillery and airstrikes. One famous account mentions a King Tiger dug in near the Brandenburg Gate, firing until it was destroyed by Soviet guns. Second Reichstag area King Tigers covered the approaches to the Reichstag, inflicting heavy losses on Soviet armor. However, Soviet forces simply brought overwhelming artillery and Katyusha rocket barrages, leveling entire city blocks and burying the tanks. 3. Final days, May 1st to 2nd, 1945. With no fuel or ammunition, surviving crews abandoned or blew up their tanks. Some joined the last breakout attempts westward, but very few made it past Soviet encirclement. Legacy of the Last Stand, the Tiger I and II in Berlin, symbolized the last remnants of Germany's once mighty armored forces. Though individually powerful, they could not alter the outcome against the massive Red Army. Their destruction in the ruins of Berlin marked the end of the Tiger legend in World War II. In summary, the Tiger I was almost extinct in Berlin, while the Tiger II fought its last battles there. Despite inflicting losses on Soviet tanks, they were too few, too immobile, and too short on supplies to change the tide. The streets of Berlin became their graveyard as the Red Army smashed through to the Reichstag.